not cool.
Don't touch my...
You are in big trouble, young man.
No, wait.
I know. Ben, come here. I am not kidding.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
serious. You gotta stop.
What if the most unforgettable moments in your favorite films weren't scripted at all? Imagine rage that wasn't rehearsed, pain that was staged, and laughter that couldn't be contained. These scenes dive into the raw, the real, and the totally unplanned. From an antique guitar meeting, an unexpected fate to a fall that left even the cast in shock. This isn't your typical blooper reel. These are the takes directors never meant to happen, but couldn't dare cut. Curious yet? You should be. One jaw-dropping moment even left a seasoned star retreating to his trailer. Let's just say, when reality hits the lens, the truth is too good to reshoot. Fast and Furious 6, forehead joke. In Fast and Furious 6, one of the most memorable unscripted moments came during a light-hearted exchange that left both the cast and audience in stitches. During a scene involving a family gathering, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson improvised a cutting joke aimed at co-star Tyrese Gibson, saying, "You better hide that big-ass forehead."
You better hide your baby oil. I'm just playing.
You better hide that big-ass forehead.
I was just joking.
The line wasn't in the script, and no one, including Tyrese, saw it coming. The spontaneity of the jab caught everyone off guard, but it was Ludacris, seated nearby, who had the most visibly authentic reaction. He burst into laughter and involuntarily spat out his drink, a completely genuine moment that ended up being so hilarious it was kept in the final cut. The scene has since become a fan favorite, not just for the humor, but because it captures the real-life chemistry and camaraderie among the cast. According to behind-the-scenes accounts, Ludacris had whispered the joke to Johnson as a playful suggestion, but didn't expect him to actually say it. And if you thought that was unpredictable, the next moment happened right in the middle of a busy street, completely unplanned. Midnight Cowboy. I'm walking here. In the iconic 1969 film Midnight Cowboy, one of the most famous lines in movie history, "I'm walking here," was never in the script. During filming on the busy streets of New York City, Dustin Hoffman and Jon Voight were crossing a street while shooting a scene. A real taxi, unaware a movie was being filmed, suddenly veered into their path. Reacting instinctively, Hoffman slammed his hand on the hood of the car and shouted the now legendary line, "I'm walking here." The moment wasn't planned, but the cameras kept rolling, capturing the raw authenticity of a real-life reaction in the middle of a gritty urban setting.
You know what I mean?
I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Up yours, you son of a... You don't talk me that way. Get out of here.
Hoffman later explained that his outburst was a mix of character and genuine frustration. In his mind, he was focused on the scene and the fact that they were shooting a film, but the danger felt real and immediate. Rather than break character, he let the emotion fuel his performance, improvising a line that not only fit the character of Ratso Rizzo perfectly, but also became emblematic of New York attitude. The director loved the spontaneity and left it in the film, proving that sometimes the most unforgettable cinematic moments happen entirely by accident. The Godfather, Luca Brasi's wedding greeting. In The Godfather, one of the most unintentionally brilliant moments comes from Lenny Montana, the actor who played mob enforcer Luca Brasi. Originally a professional wrestler and not a trained actor, Montana was cast for his imposing physical presence rather than his acting experience. When it came time to film Luca's scene, where he nervously greets Don Vito Corleone at the wedding, Montana was so overwhelmed by acting alongside the legendary Marlon Brando that he stumbled over his lines and stuttered awkwardly.
I am honored and grateful that you have invited me to your daughter's wedding. On the day of your daughter's wedding. And I hope that their first child be a masculine child.
Rather than reshoot or cut the moment, director Francis Ford Coppola recognized the power in Montana's genuine anxiety and chose to keep the take, turning it into a defining character trait. The result was a moment of rare authenticity that perfectly fit Luca Brasi's role as a loyal but socially awkward underling. His nervousness underscored the awe and fear that even the toughest men felt in the presence of the Dawn, adding an unexpected layer of realism to the film. Die Hard, Hans Gruber falling. In Die Hard, one of the most iconic villain deaths in action film history comes when Hans Gruber, played by Alan Rickman, falls from the top of Nakatomi Plaza. What makes the scene unforgettable isn't just the dramatic drop. It's the pure, wide-eyed terror on Rickman's face as he plummets. That expression was entirely genuine. The stunt team had rigged Rickman to fall 40 feet onto an airbag and told him they would drop him on the count of 3. Instead, they let go on 1, catching him completely off guard. The surprise resulted in a look of shock and betrayal that perfectly fit the character's fate. Director John McTiernan and the crew intentionally orchestrated this unexpected drop to capture a truly authentic reaction, and their gamble paid off. Rickman's instant fear was so convincing that the take was used in the final cut without alteration.
Because this was in the days of, there wasn't any CGI, so it was, let's drop the actor.
The move added a raw human element to the otherwise larger-than-life villain, and has since become a legendary behind-the-scenes moment in Hollywood. The unplanned timing and Rickman's stunned response remind viewers that sometimes the best performances come not from acting, but from genuine emotion caught in a carefully orchestrated moment of chaos. Inglourious Basterds, Diane Krueger choking. In Inglourious Basterds, one of the most intense and unsettling moments occurs when Diane Krueger's character, Bridget von Hammersmark, is strangled to death. While it appears to be standard movie violence, the close-up shots of Krueger gasping for air were shockingly real. Director Quentin Tarantino, unsatisfied with how fake-staged strangling often looks on camera, decided to take matters into his own hands, literally. He personally performed the act of choking Krueger during filming to ensure the camera captured a truly authentic physical and emotional reaction.
Of somebody being strangled in a film, yeah, I never buy it. All right, because I'm going to be the hands, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just strangle you. All right. Hold on, I'm going to cut off your air. For just a little bit of time, we're going to see the reaction in your face, and then we'll cut. All right? The stunt guy will be there.
Krueger later confirmed that the scene was done with her consent and that she trusted Tarantino to keep her safe. But the reality of having her air supply actually cut off, even briefly, brought a genuine sense of panic to her performance. The resulting footage is uncomfortably realistic, heightening the horror of the scene and demonstrating Tarantino's controversial commitment to authenticity. While the decision drew criticism for its intensity and blurred boundaries, it undeniably contributed to the film's emotional impact. It stands as a stark example of how far some directors and actors will go to bring gritty realism to the screen, pushing limits to deliver unforgettable, if disturbing, performances. Things are about to get even more chaotic. This next moment left one actor stunned and a piece of history in ruins. The Hateful Eight. Guitar smashing. In The Hateful Eight, a shocking moment unfolds when Kurt Russell's character suddenly grabs a guitar from Jennifer Jason Leigh's hands and smashes it against a wooden post. While the destruction fits the violent tension of the scene, what makes it extraordinary is that the guitar he destroyed wasn't a prop. It was a 145-year-old Martin guitar on loan from a museum.
Music time's over.
Whoa!
Leigh's stunned expression and panicked response weren't part of her performance. They were a real-time reaction to witnessing a priceless artifact being accidentally destroyed. Her cry of protest in the scene wasn't acting, and it added a layer of raw authenticity to the moment that director Quentin Tarantino ultimately kept in the final cut. The museum was so mad about the incident that it caused serious backlash. The Martin Guitar Museum vowed never to loan instruments to film productions again.
Stop. I said, so if you don't say stop, I smash the guitar. He said, yeah, great, just keep going. And I just kept going, and I took the thing, and I said the line, you know, music time's over, or whatever it was, and wheeled, and I said, oh, okay, he wants me to smash it, so I smashed the guitar, and she just, Jennifer was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then we cut, and she was, I can't believe that just happened. I was like, what? She said, you just smashed the real guitar.
From priceless guitar.
Billy Madison, Dodgeball scene. In Billy Madison, the dodgeball scene where Adam Sandler's character aggressively pelts a group of elementary school kids with balls is played for laughs, but the physicality behind it was very real. Sandler, fully committed to the scene's over-the-top humor, threw the dodgeballs with actual force, hitting several of the young actors hard. The kids' reactions, flinching, falling, even crying, weren't exaggerated performances. Some of them were genuinely hurt and upset, leading to concern among the on-set parents.
Now you're all in big, big trouble.
Sandler later admitted in interviews that he may have gone a little too far, joking that he didn't realize just how young the children were until he saw their parents' reactions.
Hit some kid pretty hard, and he gets upset and he starts crying. And then the parents all come up to me, they're like, hey, what's the deal? And I was like, what do you mean, what happened? They're like, they're the kid, you nailed that kid. I was like, oh, no.
He had assumed they'd read the script and understood the scene's intent, only to be reminded, they're 6, they don't read yet. Despite the mishap, the footage was kept in the final cut because it added to the absurd, chaotic energy of the film. The moment has since become infamous as an example of the line between slapstick comedy and real discomfort, highlighting how unscripted or uncontrolled moments can sometimes create comedy that's a little too authentic for comfort. The 40-Year-Old Virgin, chest waxing. In The 40-Year-Old Virgin, one of the most iconic scenes features Steve Carell's character undergoing a chest waxing, and the pain-filled screams that followed were anything but acting. Rather than use prosthetics or special effects, Carell insisted on actually being waxed on camera to capture the most genuine reactions possible. What followed was a hilarious and brutally honest display of real agony as hair was ripped from his chest, strip by strip, in a single continuous take.
God! Suck it, motherfucker! You shouldn't! Oh, I hate you so much. That one hurt. That one hurt just as much as the first one.
That's great, man.
The waxing scene became an instant classic, largely due to Carell's willingness to endure the physical discomfort for the sake of comedy. The actress playing the waxer had limited experience, which only heightened the unpredictability and awkwardness of the situation. This is the End. Slap exchange. In This Is the End, one of the film's most outrageous party scenes includes an unscripted slap exchange between Michael Cera and Rihanna that turned out to be surprisingly real. Cera, playing an exaggerated version of himself, asked Rihanna if he could actually slap her butt for the scene. She agreed, but only on the condition that she could slap him back, for real. What followed was a take filled with genuine shock and pain. Cera gave Rihanna a real slap, and she didn't hold back when returning the favor. On the 4th take, she slapped him so hard that she cupped his ear, knocked him off balance, and sent him stumbling, forcing him to retreat to his trailer to recover.
That's not cool.
Don't touch my phone.
Michael, that's not cool, man.
Fuck up, Jason. We're playing a game, man.
The moment added a wild, chaotic energy to the film's opening sequence, setting the tone for its blend of absurdity and realism. Both actors committed fully to the gag, but the physical intensity surprised even the crew. Rihanna's slap was so forceful that it reportedly messed with Cera's equilibrium, leaving him dazed. The unfiltered nature of the exchange made it both hilarious and memorable, and it's a perfect example of how a real, unscripted moment can elevate a scene far beyond what was originally written. Saturday Night Live, blood squirt mishap. During a live Saturday Night Live sketch, Chaos unfolded when James Franco accidentally squirted fake blood directly into Leslie Jones's mouth. The moment wasn't scripted or rehearsed that way. Franco had perfectly timed the blood effect, but the pressure and aim sent it flying straight into Jones's open mouth. Her reaction was immediate and visceral. She nearly vomited on live television. Despite the intense discomfort and the clear surprise on her face, Jones managed to stay in character and push through the sketch without breaking, showing incredible professionalism under disgusting circumstances.
You are a gift-buying genius or what?
Oh, my good Lord! Good Lord!
After the show, Jones recounted how difficult it was not to gag, revealing that she mentally told herself, "You are not about to throw up on live TV. Swallow it." Franco later admitted he intentionally tried to hit her with the fake blood, but didn't anticipate the full effect. The mishap became a memorable behind-the-scenes moment, highlighting the unpredictability of live television and the incredible ability of performers like Jones to adapt in real time. Raging Bull. Domestic fight. In Raging Bull, the domestic fight scene between Jake LaMotta, Robert De Niro, and his wife Vicky, Kathy Moriarty, became one of the film's most intense and disturbing moments, largely because part of it wasn't scripted. During filming, De Niro unexpectedly slapped Moriarty so hard that her head hit the wall. The blow was not rehearsed, and Moriarty had no warning it was coming.
You want? You're nothing but a fat pig, selfish fool.
Her shocked reaction, filled with genuine fear and confusion, was completely real. Instead of breaking character or stopping the scene, she continued performing, delivering her lines through the pain and maintaining the emotional momentum. Director Martin Scorsese chose to keep the take because of its raw, unsettling authenticity. The unplanned violence made the abusive dynamic between the characters even more believable, showcasing the brutal realism that the film is known for. Moriarty's ability to stay in character despite being blindsided by the slap added a layer of credibility that could not have been achieved through choreography alone. Friends. Ross falls downstairs. In an episode of Friends, a moment meant to be comedic turned unexpectedly real when Ross, played by David Schwimmer, appears to fall violently down a flight of stairs. While the stunt was performed using a dummy, the scene's success hinged on timing and surprise. And it worked, perhaps a little too well. Jennifer Aniston, who played Rachel, wasn't informed that a dummy would be used for the fall. When she witnessed Ross tumble out of sight in a dramatic crash, her terrified scream was completely genuine.
I am not kidding!
Yeah, you guys are serious. You gotta stop this.
Aniston's instinctive reaction added an unexpected layer of authenticity to the moment, which the show's creators loved so much they kept it in the final cut. Her genuine concern mirrored what any real person might do upon seeing a friend seemingly suffer a serious injury. The scene stands out as a rare blend of sitcom slapstick and spontaneous realism. And for our final moment, things get unexpectedly real, when a small prop turns into a painful surprise no one was prepared for. The Usual Suspects. Cigarette flick. In one scene, Peter Green's character is supposed to flick a lit cigarette toward Stephen Baldwin's chest to provoke him. However, during the take, Green's aim was off, and the cigarette struck Baldwin directly in the eye. The reaction that followed, from Baldwin's sudden lurch and visible fury, was not acting. He was genuinely hurt and furious, and his hostile response stayed in character just enough to be usable in the film.
Get the f off, dick.
Nope. Nope.
Put a leash on that puppy.
This accidental injury added a layer of raw energy to the scene that couldn't have been scripted. The discomfort and aggression between the characters suddenly felt much more authentic, underscoring the volatility of the criminal crew. Director Bryan Singer chose to keep the take in the final cut, recognizing how the unplanned mishap heightened the realism. If you enjoyed these surprising behind-the-scenes moments, don't forget to like, drop a comment with your favorite unscripted scene, and subscribe for more real moments from your favorite films. And hey, don't stop here. Click on the next video on your screen for even more movie magic you didn't see coming.